wanted to come to my defense.
So you gonna sit there and say, Toni Braxton?
Toni Braxton.
No, Toni Braxton ain't never had your back.
I got Toni Braxton.
I want to know record.
I want to be
say, I don't have your back?
You didn't have my back when they
With a heavyweight, don't put me, Tamar. Don't with Toni Braxton.
And then when Toni said we need to have her on the show,
I told you we need to have Ashley on the show. I never say that.
Yes, you
I
did.
never said that. She's lying. I said just show her the Chiglin circuit, and we shouldn't do it. You said have her on the Braxton show.
the forum.
You said that. This is not the forum.
No, said that.
Don't you go there.
Don't you?
Go there. Nah.
Braxton sitting up on this reality show stunting like her husband Birdman. Why is your wife like this? Let's go all the way back to December. Remember when Ashley Braxton, daughter of Michael Braxton, the only Braxton boy, came forward to tell us, the internet, that back in the day her uncle had touched on her, and that when she told her family disowned her. I'm going to pin both of these posts to the top of my page because I'm not going to recap the whole thing for you, but then remember that the internet pretty much pieced together that it was Trina Braxton and Mr. Ding-a-ling of Gold, Gabe. May he rest peacefully. Remember then, after the internet went crazy with that story, Tamar invited her niece Ashley to come back to the States. She lived over in Europe, and be on her podcast so that they could have an open and honest conversation. And like, what other podcast was she gonna go to? Call her daddy? Tamar, what did you say to Toni? Because Toni said, you fucking with a heavyweight. Like, damn, Toni Michelle, let's bring it down just a smidge. According to Tamar, her sisters did not like the fact that Ashley was going to be on the podcast and hit her with a cease and desist. Yes, we all know it's cease and desist, but that's what Tamar said. She, being Tamar, also said that Toni didn't want Ashley to go on the podcast. She wanted Ashley to come on the reality show, Braxton Family Value. Actually, now it's called the Braxtons, and I needed to clear that up before all of y'all started trying to correct me. Not even gonna lie to you, I forgot that we was waiting on season 2 of the Braxtons, wherein Tamar will be a full-time cast member, right? She's not friend of the show anymore this season, and clearly she was needed because they finna rumble. Now that I do remember that they have a reality show, are the reality TV cameras up now that Tamar is healing? Because remember, she fell and busted her teeth and fractured her nose. Are we getting any of that on camera?
Toni Braxton look like she ready to throw hands with Tamar. The Braxton Family Value show is back. It's gonna be a lot of family drama. Tamar claims that she received a cease and desist for having Ashley, her niece, the niece who made allegations on her show. Toni Braxton lost it at the dinner table. She was furious, even on the verge of throwing hands.
You know why I want to film with y'all.
Wait a minute. Hold on. My niece Ashley, who we love very much, posted her videos on social media with some accusations about her family. Family was a little surprised.
Well, there was a lot going on the internet.
Tamar announced that she would be interviewing our niece Ashley on Tamar's podcast. I didn't think it was a good idea.
I can get Ashley here. You're not going to make me feel bad about that. I wanted her to come to a safe place to tell her story.
And all of this happened right before we started shooting season 2 of the Braxtons.
Next thing I know, y'all tried to shut down my entire
Don't
business.
say y'all.
Sending a cease and desist is shutting down my business. Exhibit B. Cease and desist. I got a cease and desist before Ashley was on my podcast. I didn't even say anything.
I was not involved in any way, shape, or form of sending a cease and desist letter. My name was nowhere on it.
Nobody wanted to come to my defense.
So you gonna sit there and say, Toni Braxton?
Toni Braxton.
No, Toni Braxton ain't never had your back.
I got Toni Braxton.
I want to know record.
You want to say,
I don't have your back?
You didn't have my back when they...
With a heavyweight, don't put me, Tamar. Don't
with Toni Braxton. And then when Toni said we need to have her on the show,
I told you we need to have Ashley on the show.
I never say that.
Yes,
I never said that.
She's lying.
Just show her the Chiglin circuit, and we shouldn't do it. You said have her on the Braxton show.
This is not the forum.
You said that.
This is not the forum.
No, said that.
Don't you go there.
Don't you?
Go there.
Nah.
Now let's go back for y'all that are not familiar. So Ashley is the daughter of Michael Braxton Jr. She says when she was 16, allegedly one of her aunt's men was inappropriate with her. She hasn't named which sister's man, no confirmation yet, but what this table scene shows that the Braxtons are split on how to deal with it. This isn't reality TV noise, it's serious allegation. Has implications inside and outside the camera lens. So do y'all believe this story should be handled behind closed doors, or is the public conversation necessary? On October 10th, we're gonna see how this plays out on screen. Stay tuned, I'll be watching every twist with y'all. What are y'all's thoughts? I'll keep y'all posted. Till next time, yours truly, Creole Kisses.
Oh, hold on. I never knew Toni Braxton was I have a new love for Toni Braxton. Our sister in charge, Toni Braxton. This is her right here. This is Toni Braxton. The Braxtons are back. R.I.P. that one that passed away. I forget her name. R.I.P. her. I think Tracy. R.I.P. Tracy Braxton. But if y'all didn't know, Tamar got some mess. No, she has more mess. So Tamar has a niece that is not filming with them, that did not want to be on this Braxton Family Value show for some odd reason. I was just eating pizza. Did not want to be on this Braxton Family Value show for some odd reason. So Tamar decided to have that niece on her podcast. So first of all, who knew Tamar had a podcast? I did not know. Why would anybody listen to Tamar talk about what? Nothing. So Tamar apparently got a cease and desist from all her sisters. The thing about that is that this sister right here, this one right here, said that she didn't send no damn cease and desist. Toni said that Toni didn't say that she didn't send a cease and desist, but Toni said, Tamar, when have I not had your back on shit? And Tamar went pointing at that motherfucking paper and said, you haven't had my back on this. And Toni was like, first of all, bitch, you ain't finna motherfucking try me. And that's when Toni got up. That's when my sister got up. And let me tell you, I've always thought Toni Braxton was cute, but right here, she is fine right here. And then this sister over here, I forget her name. I bet she has some issues. But who knew Tamar had a podcast? Nobody cares about that podcast because that podcast has not come out. Anybody else know about that goddamn podcast? I don't know about that podcast. And Toni fine as hell. That's all I have. I don't really care about this show. I'm not going to watch it anyway. Thank you, Tulu. Bye-bye.
We all know for a fact that Tamar was essayed by somebody in the family or close to the family or something like that in that type of form or way back in the day. So her inviting the niece to her podcast to talk and to get things off her chest after the niece exposed that one of her aunts doesn't talk to her because one of her uncles tried to, what do they call it? Groom her. It makes sense. We heard about Tamar's story probably once or twice on the season. Never really got a real pinpoint on it or whatever. And it's the same thing with black families. Y'all love to gaslight somebody who's been through that, especially when it's another family member that you don't want to believe is doing it. So you gaslight her. Tamar had every right to want that girl on her podcast. She had every right to support her niece, who was actually sexually by somebody in her family as well, groomed. Yeah, she had every right. And I'm trying to figure out why it was a cease and desist sent to her before the niece comes on. And Tamar is alleging that Toni sent the cease and desist, but then Toni wanted the niece to come on the Braxton's Family Values TV show to talk about it. I don't know if they ever confirmed who it was. A lot of people thought it was gay. And, he was gone now. So, they want to keep his legacy, for his kids and whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was Toni shit. There's the one, she acting like she the one I want to talk to her. I don't know. But I just feel like it's I don't have a dog in they fight, but I just feel like it's dead wrong. Tamar should be able to talk about what happened to her, and so should the niece. Star out niece, man. As black people, this is what's wrong. Y'all always love to protect the predator. Y'all will tell them kids to be quiet and, oh, that didn't happen. And no, we're not going to discuss that because y'all don't like to take the blame because half the time, 9 out of 10, you fucking knew that motherfucker wasn't right. You just never said shit because they ain't never did shit to you.